Well, hello there and welcome to your favorite Victoria 3 series. Today we'll be continuing our high tea run, which has reached new levels of greatness, we could say. And yeah, I'm pretty hyped about it. So sit tight, drop a like, why not, and enjoy the show. Starting off in this episode, I'd like to set up a declared interest in the South Africa. We're running currently a positive balance, but we're overtaxing our people. And the easiest way in order to increase our gold revenue, pounds revenue, is to secure the gold mines of Transvaal and Orange. It has 16 gold mines here and there are 9 more, so basically combined with the Guyana gold we will be kinda rich, maybe rich enough to lower our taxes and increase our population standard of living, considering most of our pops are accepted culture, but the fact we've been overtaxing them for a while is kinda creating a lot of problems. We finally got our declared interest in South Africa, and in between these two nations, which are pretty much invadable by fleet, I will have to go for Transvaal. I think they have way lower troops, even though Zulu is running irregulars, and Transvaal, if I'm not mistaken, they have some line infantry. Yeah, they have 3 line infantry and 4 lancers. The lancers are quite strong. I will still have to take my chances and go for Transvaal, go for a conquer state, and there is a chance they might accept, which is a problem, because if they accept, I will only end up getting this and I can't even attack Orange afterwards. So let's make it like this. We can force the diplomatics play, and are they fearful? Minus 61 is not that bad. What does Britain want? Okay, we could even sway them with obligation. So let's look towards creating a new army. We're gonna make it out of skirmish. Yeah, I think I want I want the best people on this. Maybe 2 of this as well, or just 1. I don't want to have too much army over my fleet, so I don't get the debuff. We'll also get we have a meticulous offensive planner and a romantic offensive planner, so of course we're gonna go for this guy, even though he's part of the landowners. We won't mobilize him yet, since there is no point in that. You can't naval invade until the diplomatic play is over. So War with Transvaal has broken out, and we're gonna initially mobilize the 8 stack and set up for naval invasion. It's gonna take 9 weeks. Okay, they're kind of presenting a nice defense, so it's gonna be a lot harder than they initially thought to take them over. So in order to fix this, I'm gonna look forward towards creating another 8 stack out of this, of course still with skirmish inventory, and send them over. I would like to, maybe I can get this guy, so we'll have 2 offensive stacks. It doesn't, oh, it's only 5%, while this is also 5%. I would rather take an intelligence guy to lead, and I would like to stop naval invading with this one. We almost depleted their, it's kind of half, so it will make the second stack more valuable, and they will have a higher chance to naval invade compared to the 2 out of 8k manpower stack. We finally managed to pass elected bureaucrats. That's fantastic. Next up, we're gonna be queuing up some homesteading. As predicted, the new stack is quite successful, you could say. They don't really have that much manpower, so this is a nice strat to do when your invasion stacks get manpower depleted. You shouldn't really keep trying with the same one, you won't get another result. Manpower is super important. Alright, we managed to get a border. I could mobilize other troops, but I think this 8-man stack should be more than enough to take down the Transvaal. Britain is currently in a diplomatic play in India, if I'm not wrong. So I could use this to just go for Orange. We're gonna get 12 more infamy, but that shouldn't be an issue. Zulu sided on the Zulu sided on Orange's side, so I could make something happen and conquer them as well. It's only 8 infamy. I will be going over the 50, but we have plenty of influence and we could theoretically just chill after for a bit and just look to industrialize. So yeah, let's go for it. Managed to conquer both states, and we can also incorporate both of them. I'm assuming 50 years again, but we are running quite high on bureaucracy deficit. So I think what I'm gonna do is pause my gold mines and just try to construct more government buildings in the Yoruba states. We currently have 10. I want to go 50 on this one. Alright, we managed to pass homesteading, and in the meanwhile we managed also to repair our bureaucracy. And what I'd like to do now is decrease the taxes to medium, remove this edict and add another consumption tax in order to make it almost profitable to stay like this. We're currently paying quite a bit for the construction sector. We're minus 50k, like the deficit between the investment pool and the construction goods. And I'll also like to reduce the cost of the construction goods currently, because it's quite high, because we don't have enough iron mines, we don't have enough wood, we don't have enough tools, and even the fabric is quite expensive in Benin. So I'll be looking to construct even some cotton plantations, which for some reason they are not hiring, so let's subsidize them. We could go ahead and offer Great Britain our help against the Jaipuri proletarian revolt, which is another war in India, for an obligation, and hopefully we can use this obligation in order to obtain maybe another state in the Caribbean, which is mainly the place where we want to expand our industry and stuff. But currently, considering our economy and how it works, it's way more worth to invest in the... I think I'm gonna disband our iron company in order to afford the one for gold, considering we have almost 28 gold mines, plus some more buildable ones in the orange area. I'm gonna establish this, get the extra 5% minting and loyalists, and hopefully make enough money to increase the salaries of the government and also decrease the taxes even further. There are quite some stuff happening here. We managed to unlock dynamite, which is absolutely phenomenal. I don't really want to pass this, but it's only while the public schools are getting enacted. Minus 15%. That's quite a lot, considering we have a total of 3k. I don't really want to run that deficit, so I'm gonna go for this option. We got dynamite, we lowered the number of radicals, and we're gonna lower them even more. I want to upgrade all my production methods with this. We're getting a lot of GDP currently, and I want to... okay, I already pressed the button, but now we currently have very low taxation. I'm gonna also increase the salaries of the government. I don't want to overpay them, because I'm planning on next increasing the military, because I'm planning on reducing the autonomy of Venezuela, and when I'll do this, pretty much everyone will go against us. Another option would be going for Brazil. Wait a second, what is this? There is a war between Brazil and Bolivia, and Brazil wants to conquer quite a bit of land. France is on the side of Brazil, and the USA on the side of Peru, Bolivia. This is gonna be absolutely massive, and if there is ever a time to strike Brazil, in order to make it easier to expand into the South America, it's gonna be now. As for technology, since the Steam Donkey is getting spread, we will go for it into palm jacks. We have quite a bit of agriculture area, so I would like to have the palm jacks in order to increase my production then. And as soon as we get this, we're gonna go for rubber mastication. We have all the territory in Africa, so that should be quite a good production method for us. Regarding Brazil, I'm thinking to go for a liberated country, maybe Confederation of the Equator, maybe even a combo of a few states, considering we can't really conquer more land, but we could split him up Like, we could split Brazil up and try to make little protectorates everywhere. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and declare Brazil as our rival and go for liberation of Confederation of the Equator. They have most states, it's mostly in the east area. So we're gonna go ahead and go for this. The United States won't be able to join them and help them out because they are fighting against them on the Peru side. And Great Britain can join against us because we have an obligation with them, which we'll probably trade at one point, either for this war or for a state, depends. Brazil doesn't have that much of an army, at like 120, and we can get a lot of conscripts, quite sure of it. Yeah, we can get quite a lot of conscripts. Managed to activate all my conscripts. We're gonna get, actually, can I check it here? We're gonna get quite a large army. It's gonna cost quite a bit, and I will also like to set my force to cargo port because I don't want to run a deficit on the convoys. Right, we can sway Britain. We can sway Britain in to liberate the country. We don't even have to waste our obligation with them. We can also sway Austria, maybe the USA, why not? But considering the fact USA is already fighting them, I would like to sway Britain for a transfer, for either this, the ban, which is 20, or a liberation. The thing is, before I do that, I would like to add another liberation myself. Which one should we liberate though? I could do Amazonia, Grau Parano, Paulistania, Minas Gerais. I think I will do Amazonia myself, and then I will ask Britain to join me for which one? For this one. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay, we're running quite a big deficit now. I could look towards demobilizing some of the armies we currently have. I don't want to go too much into negative. We still run interventionism, so basically, yeah, I don't want to go way too big on the interest. Brazil should give up quite soon. We conquer their capital in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, Peru and Brazil managed to peace out for a white peace, which is a bit weird considering the fact Brazil looks like this currently. I'm actually super curious about their new borders, quite intrigued about it. And I mean, to be honest, I kinda like it. It looks nice. It should be easy to expand into Amazonia. Yeah, they have barely any army, and this territory here is absolutely phenomenal from so many point of views. So in 5 years, this is gonna be all Haiti. Mr. Pedro de Bragança is not very happy with how things are looking up for him. I realized that having very low taxes might decrease the number of radicals we're currently getting, but that's not necessarily in our favor. I would like to increase greatly, I might add, the construction sector we're running at right now, and we could definitely use the extra money plus some constructions, plus some extra consumption taxes to drastically increase the amount of construction we get in order to boost our economy. I feel like I would like to reduce the number of radicals, but we'll do so by just fulfilling their political demands and maintaining a good legitimacy. In time, it should balance out. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this. And we're gonna remove the enlistment efforts. I think I have one here. No, I have both of them in the West Africa. So we'll do this one here and this one here. And I could add the services tax, or I could do a combo of this plus this and get even more. Now we have a surplus of 47,000 ducats, which I mean pounds. This is not this is not Europa Universalis 4. This is Victoria 3, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and add all the possible constructions here. I was researching pump jacks because we have a lot of agriculture, but I feel like getting joint stock companies and acquiring another company will be really beneficial to us, because if we get our hand on the wood company, we could make it so to reduce the number of peasants we're currently running, and yeah, just enable the wood company, make as much wood as possible since it's kinda needed in the British market, and we'll go back to pump jacks immediately after. I think that's the best choice. Rubber mastication is also really important for us, and I would like to get reinforced concrete. I would like to get this earliest as possible, but I feel like these two technologies are way too strong not to prioritize them in order to increase the economy. We're still running a surplus of ducats, and even though we're running quite high on bureaucracy deficit, I figured out we should look towards finding another territory where we can make the construction sector as profitable as possible. I don't think this one is building, so I'd like to max it out in penning. So yeah, the best territory I found is the territory of Nigeria, because basically they are producing both iron and wood, which is necessary for the construction sector. And another close candidate was Transvaal, since they have everything. Like literally, this territory is probably one of the best territories in the game. But the problem with Transvaal is the fact that the turmoil is super high, so it will take quite a while for me to build them. So we'll do them here, and I'm planning on having this as my industrial area. Of course, we're gonna keep leveling up our capital in Haiti. It doesn't have the greatest of GDP, it has 2 million, which is not terrible to be honest. Oh, rubber, nice, fantastic. And as soon as we get some construction sector and fix this, we're gonna start developing our food industries. And I'm still considering if we should go for fine arts in our capital. Considering it's the capital, it should have some level of class, I might say. Okay, public schools unfortunately did not manage to pass, so that might be an issue. I don't really want to go for private schools, considering our standard of living is not high enough to make it worth. So most probably we're gonna go ahead and enable right of assembly. It shouldn't radicalize anyone besides maybe the petty bourgeoisie, but I'm down to try it. This would allow us to get more technology spread, considering we're oh, and we have our joint stock company. That's absolutely fantastic. I just realized that there is fantastic company in Brazil where you can get Klabin, Irmãos, and Cia, like Cia later, where you basically get a construction extra for paper and for wood, which is absolutely broken. But in order to get this, we'll need an incorporated state in Brazil. So I'm definitely looking to do this as soon as I get, I don't know, any territory here and manage to incorporate it. But until then, we shall be going ahead and activate. Wait, we can't establish this. Okay, because we disabled it to get the gold mine, the gold company. This is not bad also, because we're building, or we'll have to theoretically build a lot of tooling companies. What else? There is this. So we have two options. Either go for steel mills, but I'm not planning to build steel that much. This would be amazing. Rubber plantations and wood. I'm gonna keep this one until I can get the paper plus wood one. I'd like to start cleaning up the African borders, and I think the best way to do that is starting up with Gobir. We can ask them to return the state, and there is also quite a high chance Spain joins on their side. And if Spain does do that indeed, I might even go for a Cuba transfer and Puerto Rico finally, and remove Spain from the equation for the future diplomatic place. We managed to annex Gobir, and finally we have the entire state of Outer Hausaland. We have plenty of coal mines right now, and currently the most needed good is coal. So in the future we're gonna be looking to expand the coal mines in Benin and Nigeria. Actually, we don't have here. Maybe, yeah, we have 72 here. We're gonna look to expand this mine and get as much productivity for our country as humanly possible. Next up, we're gonna go for Venezuela and reduce their autonomy. This is probably the best time to do this because Spain doesn't look like they're interested to help out for some reason, even though they have a defensive pact. And if they do indeed join to help them, then we might finally get our Caribbean provinces back in our rightful hands. I could have Britain join for obligation and just have them back down, but probably that's not the best way of utilizing a British obligation. I'd rather trade that for the West Indies later on, or maybe even keep it as an insurance that they won't join against me. While I have that, they can't really join against me in any diplomatic play, and even if they have like hard interest on protecting a certain country, they won't join against me as long as I have that. But at least Spain is not really interested in helping out their ally. They have a defensive pact. So if this gets through and we manage to make them a dominion, that will enable us to go for Colombia next. Considering the fact they don't have, they have an obligation to Spain. They owe Spain already, so probably Spain won't even join them. And they have a defensive pact with Honduras and Mexico. But currently Mexico is not necessarily an issue. They are really weak. They are way weaker than we are. We'll be looking out to expand our... wait a second. Colombia joined against us. And we could protectorate them right now and avoid going to war afterwards. Do I want to take the extra infamy hit? That's the question here. Do I want to take the extra infamy hit? We'll for sure have to raise the conscript now. As many as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and do all this. I don't necessarily want any cavalry, I just want artillery and skirmish. And we could disable one of these, increase the salaries for the army, and enlist some more troops from Benin. We still have some people there, and this should be enough, I think. We have a grand total of 150. I could involve Britain. Actually, no, they already declared that they're not interested in joining this place, so we can't. It's way too late. We're gonna go ahead and make them our protector, but in the last day. And can we add anything else? I could take a treaty port or even Yucatan from Mexico. That will give me a foothold in Central America and would allow me to go for Guatemala instantly after. Their population is Mayan. Will they be discriminated? They would be discriminated. So that's not necessarily fantastic for us. War reparation would be nice. How much? Well, we don't have regular interest, and it's kind of late to get one now. Okay, that's not great. I will assume that's not great. We don't have any flotillas. 12. We could easily land in Mexico and get some war reparations though. Their capital is in Veracruz. Veracruz is... okay, yeah, it's totally doable. So let's go ahead and ask for Mexican war reparations and Colombian war reparations. This is a very interesting opportunity. This is a super interesting opportunity. I could have Punjab as my protectorate if I end up joining Britain in their... is it aggressive war? Yeah, they want to annex. They already want to conquer the most important province, so I don't think it's worth doing it. Plus, in this run, I'm not necessarily looking to expand out of Africa. I want to have a whole Africa and South America plus the Caribbeans. I don't really want to have USA as enemy. I would rather have them as an ally. Eventually, if they get way too belligerent, I can look to split them up. But for now, I have no interest in expanding in this area, even though I could benefit from their migration monuments and really good provinces. Maybe I should just defend for a while. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a go with the pushing power, but if we don't manage to break through, then we're gonna definitely have to... wait, there is a naval invasion. Mexico. They're being very, very, very funny. well, we might have an issue because my second army, for some reason, traveled to Africa, even though I stationed them in my HQ. And now they're managing to break through into my capital, which is not great. They're gonna get independence if I lose this one. This is quite terrible. I'm looking towards maybe if I do something like this, I split them in 15 plus 2. I can't really add extra. Let's do this, I guess. We make another army, give them a general, and look to move them faster. These guys will remain with defense. Maybe they will get there faster. 42 days against 64. I think they will just break through and take the whole Hispaniola province. This is very bad. We need to re-invade our we need to invade our own capital right now. Not a good sign. Okay, there are no Mexican armies here. It's only the ships. Do I win this? I don't think I do. I don't think there is a way for me to beat their ships. Managed to pass the rights of assembly, and the current laws are looking quite good. We could go for total separation. There is not much opposition to it, and as per guaranteed liberties, it will be a good way to gain a few more loyalists. We are really hard struggling to retake our capital. Even though we won several ship battles, we can't make a foothold in our own capital, which is really terrible. Yeah, it's super weird. Like, as you can see, we are managing to win this, but the landing progress is not necessarily increasing. Like, they are retreating, but we just attack them, destroy them, but the landing progress is still 0% for some reason, which is a bit baffling, but it is what it is, I guess. The game just doesn't want us to win this one, I'd say. Another one. 0 landing progress. Maybe I should just rush for their capital. Maybe we have plenty of troops now with 4 generals. I could also hire some more generals here. And this one is looking to invade. Maybe I can make more generals here too. Wait, what happened? Oh, we won the other war. Come on, land progress. 0% still, we won 3. Like 3 or 4. Okay, their Mexican fleet is going away. This one remains. Maybe they are defeated and we can finally start... We are going hard in the negatives. And we can't land. We just can't land. We have automatic irrigation and we found some oil as well. That's nice. And now the Mexican ships are back for some reason, and we still can't land. We still can't land. They have 0 troops on the land, but we don't manage to land our armies. They would like to have independence, but I would not like them to have it. Okay, we managed somehow. I've set more admirals, and somehow they managed. They managed to invade. That was very weird. Not gonna lie. The naval system is a bit glitchy. I'd say we won so many naval battles and nothing happened, and now this happens. If we manage to retake, which we did, I would like this to stay here because we are winning the battle anyway. And now they have no control on our capital, which means we shouldn't go more negative than this, right? We have our own stuff. No, we are still running a deficit. Why? 100% enemy control over war goals, which pretty much is their stuff, I guess. So if we manage to push and take their capital, we did. Okay. We might have a chance. Where is the capital of Colombia? Cundinamarca. Is it here? It's here. Let's designate this as an objective as well. Venezuela is going in the negatives really fast. But I'm afraid that once we have Venezuela in as a dominion, the front will close and they will be out of the war, which will pretty much close the border. I mean, we have currently with Colombia, so let's go ahead and try to navally invade them with... I mean, I still want my 23 there. I want to make Mexico pay for this. Like, the fact they took my capital and gave me, like, a bit of emotions, it's definitely punishable. I want to move this one here, and that one there. Okay, we reduced the Venezuelan autonomy. Now they are part of our great empire. Is stationed at Caribbean HQ. Why? We have two fronts here and somehow they ended up in my capital. Okay, this is... I mean, the war system is not the greatest. I would have definitely liked something like the U4 one where you can move your troops around, but apparently Paradox thinks this one is better. So yeah, we'll have to leave it. I still think Victoria 3 is a great game, and I've been loving every single hour spent in this game. We can't really make them a protectorate, and we are losing again. Why are we losing? Because they have... I think we lost some support, right? 16. We're gonna move it here, but I would like to... Okay, they are moving again. We pretty much have control over their capital, right? 23. No, Cundinamarca was their main stack. Maybe I can move this one to 15 days. No one is going to that front anyway. We really need to get it instantly, like push it instantly before the war ends. We won't lose anything, but I would really like to have them as a protectorate. Not sure if it's possible unless we... Is it? One more tick? I think we have one more week in us, guys. We have one more week in us, unless we get this with one push. Do we? 98. We have at least a bit of it. We have a 0% of it. I think the war will be over in one tick. We don't want a white piece, but I guess we'll have to go for it. Yeah, that was a white piece, but we ended up getting Venezuela, and our infamy got refunded. So it's not that terrible. Considering what just happened, I would like to increase the number of my fleet. Also, our current income is a bit crazy. We're gonna get some ships in our capital, of course, why not? Some in Guyana, some in the Delta, some here, 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 and you guessed it right, some here as well. I want to get more ships in order to have easier naval invades, and I think when you have such a vast empire spread all around, it's very important that you have strong naval bases and strong fleet. We have 3 states in which we can go ahead and build some rubber plantations. I think this is really valuable production. And it will help us in the long run. Having a lot of rubber plantations is gonna be 1, very easy to build, and 2, we have a company that gives us bonus construction towards getting the rubber plantation. So as soon as we finish our naval bases, we are gonna get a ton more GDP. We're already sitting at 30 million, and immediately after managing to get the rubber plantations, I'm gonna look to max out the universities. We have plenty of cash now. We can get quite a bit extra innovation and hopefully reach a similar level to the great powers when it comes to technology. I just realized something super weird, which is when you go for offer support, they are currently getting a revolution in Africa, which is something we're interested in, but we can't really make a move. I noticed that when we ask for transfer states, they own part of the West Indies, and I used to think it was split between the British and the French, but no, there is a literal small part owned by the Danish. They have a piece of it. Christiansted. I was never aware of it. I don't know if this is like something historical or just something random that happened in my Wiki. I'll definitely look it up. Okay, apparently after doing some research, from 1672 to 1917, Denmark had a colony in the Caribbean called Danish West Indies, which consisted of the islands Saint Thomas, Saint Jan, and Saint Croix. Which, yeah, so probably they have this since the start of the game. We just, it's so small, we just never noticed it. Yeah, there are 4,000 Danish people living in there. Since our capital is the most important state in our empire, I would like to increase the universities here. So we'll go ahead and queue up, let's say, 20? 25 should be a decent number. And maybe, I think our infrastructure should hold that, but if it doesn't, then we will either make some extra ports or build some extra railways. Right, we're gonna go ahead and declare our war for protectorate on Amazonia. The USA won't join against us because they don't really like Amazonia. I was looking wrong at the graph the last time. But there is a chance Minas Gerais will join against us. So go ahead and start mobilizing one army. And I think I will go for Para instead of... wait, what happened? Right. I could go for either Para and have a border with Equator or Minas Gerais, or I could go for Mato Grosso, and this will allow me to expand into Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, and after Paraguay, of course, we will get a border with Argentina. We managed to end our war with the Amazonia, so basically now they are our protectorate. And we took Para in order to attack the 2 other states, and once we manage to incorporate Para, which will take approximately 5 years, we're gonna be able to enact one of the best companies. Since Britain can't really fix their issue with the paper industry, I'm thinking about investing some construction in developing the sulfur mines in Togo, and yeah, basically just create, expand, I'd rather say, like 20 levels of paper in order to not have a shortage, because currently we are paying about 60,000 on 62,000 on paper. That's quite too much, I'd say. Let's go ahead and make 2 more of these and then go for 20 paper mills. I want to build paper here since the map is great, and yeah, we pretty much have everything we need. Since our obligation with Britain is expiring in 1 year, we could trade it for Bermuda. We can't really trade it for West Indies or Jamaica. I already trade. We can either do it for the British Guatemala, which would be nice to get us. Actually, should I do it for Guatemala? The thing is that Bermuda doesn't really provide much for us, but it looks nice to have on the map. While this one will enable us to take either states from Mexico and have like this whole central area, or expand into Guatemala proper. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make a protectorate out of the Confederation. And we should have to mobilize one army. Soon we're gonna be looking to break free from the British. We're currently running, I think it's max innovation. Yeah, we have max innovation and we're actually spreading into extra. Yeah, 861. That's quite a lot. So we have no more issues with the innovation. We just need to, one, increase the literacy of our people, which will take a while, and we need more levels in our education institutions. And yeah, basically in order to break away from the British, we're gonna need a lot of good timing. I've managed to finally protectorate the Confederation. So currently we have quite a bit of South America under our control, and soon, in like 4 months, we're gonna be able to protect Colombia as well. Brazil is quite strong right now, and they are still a minor power. We are also a minor power since we can't go above that while being a protectorate. So I'm gonna look to go to war with Brazil and release Paulistania. Basically, Paulistania is Paraná and Sao Paulo, which is the state here and the state here. So it's gonna be quite a good strike. Maybe that's gonna make them a lower rank, and we'll be able to make them a protectorate. I'm gonna go ahead and get some society tech. We're currently fine on innovation, so we're gonna get this in about 4 to 6 months. And even though we have nationalism, we could research 15 months and organize sports. I would rather get steel frame building as soon as possible. It's gonna take 3 years. Yeah, we're gonna get the deficit of 12,500, but I feel like that's quite an important tech in order to ramp up our construction sector. Right, Brazil has capitulated, and we managed to release Paulistania and Bahia. Yeah, Brazil. Maybe that was a bit too much. We're gonna be able to make them our protectorate probably. I really like this color though, Paulistania. The flag is not that great, but we might have an issue because the Brits are attacking Wadai, and they want exactly the territory that I currently possess. The issue is, how are they going to get a border with them? Wait a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. They just backed down because, yeah, it was Britain attacking them. So basically they didn't even need a border. They were like, okay, you can have our territory. Right, I have a great idea. Basically, what's going on right now is that we just obtained the obligation from Britain in this war. And I kind of want to get rid of the Spanish in the Caribbeans. And if I go for a play for Puerto Rico, everyone will join on their side. Basically, everyone. And Britain will join on ours. But still, I wouldn't want to have that many countries against us. Instead, if we go for a liberate subject, casus belli, on the Philippines, only Britain will join on our side, and Spain will join on the side of Philippines. So basically, I'm thinking about doing this, and then we're gonna look to maybe release something in Spain too, like declare an interest in Spain. We're gonna maybe remove this one in Indochina, set up an interest here, and look to split Spain in half or something in order to make them a bit weaker, maybe even grow our influence. So we'll go ahead and declare a war against this. Liberate Cuba. I could do liberate Cuba, invade Britain, and that's it. I don't want to invade Britain before I get all my objectives, because basically they are my overlord, so if I get them in, they will negotiate everything and I will lose the ability to do it. I will liberate Cuba, I think. And yeah, let's get Britain in. Hopefully they still do it. Ban it in Spain. They will join, and now that they join, we're gonna have a direct border with the Spanish. Right, the war with the Spanish has finally ended. We're getting quite a bit of money now, and we managed to add Puerto Rico to our glorious nation. We don't really have any GDP here. It's quite an empty island, but it's not an issue because the Caribbean start looking better every single day passing. They will accept. So we can go ahead and make Amazonia our dominion. Get even more diplomatic pacts. Soon we'll be able to. Oh, we can do this as well. 99% chance. Let's go. I don't think we can do this one yet. I think 25 months, so basically 2 years we can do that as well. We still have a truce with all these nations, but so far half of the Southern America is under our control, which is pretty amazing.